If you are a frequent traveler, I'm sure you have added Australia to your list of places to visit, assuming you haven't already. But I also know that many of you are probably afraid to enter this vast territory because of the nasty reputation that many of the creatures that dwell there have. After all, many of the species seen in Australia are unique to the region of the world, and novice tourists may find many of these creatures terrifying and threatening. In today's video, we will look at 10 Australia's most dangerous animals, so you can learn more about them and know what to do if you ever come across one. Stay with me all the way to the top to discover the 10 most dangerous animals on Australia. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 10. Saltwater crocodiles. This is where I'm gonna become a little controversial for some of you, because the animal I rank as the third most dangerous in Australia is maybe the most deadly for many of you. However, this is simply because it's large, but not as frightening as the other two I'll show you. The saltwater crocodile is supposed to be found in bodies of salt water, the ocean, as the name implies. However, they're more common in estuaries and occasionally in freshwater areas. It's rather entertaining to witness when in the wild, unless you are in Darwin, Australia, which is littered with warning signs about these gigantic reptiles. These large beasts are vicious and consume animals of all sizes and even humans. Now, there have only been 24 deadly attacks between 1975 and 2009, so a deadly encounter is quite rare. However, I would advise you to heed warning indications and avoid areas where one of these monsters could be found. Number 9. The Redback Spider. If you're afraid of spiders, you should exercise extreme caution during your stay in Australia. The redback spider, like anything else with red on it, shouts danger from afar. This species is only 1 centimeter long, and it can be difficult to see. What the spider lacks in bulk, it makes up for with extremely lethal venom. It can be found all around the country. A single bite can kill you. Although there is anti-venom available that was developed in 1956. Since then, no deaths have been reported. If you experience any of these reactions, you should seek medical attention. The spider is small, but the pain it causes is not, so you will know if one of these has bitten you. Number 8. The Stonefish. Okay, so we've established that white sharks aren't out to get you, right? However, I regret to notify that there is another species in the water that may cause you to be more cautious when diving or snorkeling across the coral reef. Of course, I'm referring to the stonefish. This animal is deadly, not just because it's poisonous, but because it's extremely difficult to detect. The stonefish is usually stationary, which is why it was given that name. The fish dwells between rocks or coral and can be found in a variety of shallow water settings, including mudflats and estuaries. If not treated promptly, a stonefish sting can cause excruciating agony and even death. The good news is that a stonefish attack can be treated as soon as you recognize it. All you have to do is splash hot water on the injured region and wait for the venom to wear off. Some suggest that vinegar can aid in this circumstance. Anti-venom is also available. However, it is only used when the situation is too severe to handle. Number 7. The blue-ringed octopus. The blue-ringed octopus is a returning animal from several of our lists, and it lives underwater as well. This one will be easier to spot than the stonefish. This one in particular is fascinating to see since its skin is covered in small blue patterns that resemble rings. However, if you come across one, please keep a safe distance from it. These little animals are fascinating, but they're extremely poisonous. When they sting you, your body will shut down and become paralyzed, causing you to stop breathing. Unfortunately, no anti-venom is available for the blue-ringed octopus attacks. You can, however, treat their bites by assisting the victim and remaining calm and breathing until the octopus's toxin is eliminated from the body by applying pressure to the wound. But don't be alarmed. The blue-ringed octopus is actually fairly shy, and like the other natural animals, it will only attack if it feels threatened. Number 6. The tiger snake. When you talk about snakes, I usually try to keep you calm and reassure you that snakes are unlikely to hurt you. I mean, some of them would make excellent pets. But when it comes to brown snakes in Australia, I'm not so sure. I do have a few snakes on this list. The first of which is the tiger snake. This reptile is found in the country's south, including coastal islands such as Tasmania. They receive their name from the fact that many of them have tiger-like banded colors on their skin. Neurotoxins, coagulants, hemolysins, and myotoxin are present in their venom. But what does it all mean? Tingling, numbness, perspiration, and localized discomfort around the foot and neck can result from their bite. The pain can then progress to breathing difficulties and eventually paralysis. Untreated bites usually result in death. However, you can be treated to avoid such a horrible end. Number 5. The box jellyfish. While this species hasn't killed many people, it is still the most toxic animal on the planet. Its venom can harm your heart, nervous system, and even your skin. This type of jellyfish resides in the waters of the northern Australia and prefers to come out of play between the months of October and May, when the southern hemisphere summer season begins. The box jellyfish is pale blue, making it difficult to see in the middle of the ocean. A single sting can inflict severe discomfort, while repeated stings can result in death. However, many first responders have received training on the Queensland beaches to help anyone who suffers harm from one of these deadly creatures. I'm not sure what you may have heard, but pee is not as effective as some claim. However, vinegar and other methods can assist you in surviving the onslaught. Just be cautious when swimming in certain areas. Number 4. The brown snake. Another snake appears on this list. If you are startled by the tiger snake, wait until you hear this. Brown snakes are the world's second most venomous terrestrial snakes. In Australia, they are responsible for more snakebite deaths than any other snake in the country. Between 2005 and 2015, there were 19 snakebite-related deaths, with a brown snake being responsible for 15 of them. They can be found in the eastern and central areas of Australia, particularly in Adelaide, as well as in other cities such as Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, and Canberra, the country's capital. Heart arrest, kidney damage, convulsions, and cerebral bleeding are all indications of venomous attack. Anti-venom is fortunately available. However, it's advisable to avoid being bitten by one of these. Number 3. The taipan snake. The snake would be missing from any list of the deadly creatures. You've seen the tiger snake and the brown snake, and now it's the second most dangerous reptile on the planet. I present to you the taipan snake. But why is this snake here if the brown snake is the one that kills the most people? Simply because the taipan snake is the world's most venomous snake. However, because this one lives in the desert, it's less probable that a person will have a fatal encounter with it. So there have only been a few reports of their biting individuals, and guess what? They were all saved. The venom of the taipan snake can induce skeletal muscle breakdown, the formation of the many blood clots throughout your system, and kidney damage. So don't go out there experimenting with their venom. Simply respect their own space. After all, they dislike being around you just as much as you dislike being near them. Number 2. Sydney funnel web spider. With a body length of only 5 millimeters, this tiny spider prefers to hide in cold, humid habitats such as rocks, logs, and even your shoes. Yes, if you plan to visit Australia, always examine your shoes before putting them on. These spiders are known to prefer to live inside your home or when the weather outdoor is just too hot for them. If you prefer to spray scary creatures with water, I must warn you that it will not work, and you should not try it anyhow. These spiders can stay underwater for extended periods of time by capturing air bubbles directly adjacent to their skin. As a result, don't be shocked if you find them at the bottom of a pool. A bite from the spider will inflict severe pain and may even kill you. But don't fear. Anti-venom is available to treat you in such an emergency. And man, isn't that incredibly encouraging? Number 1. The great white shark. The world's largest coral reef and the ocean both encircle Australia's magnificent beaches. which are one of its main attractions. This country welcomes many beach goers who want to swim, surf, or simply relax by the water and have a good time. However, even the most enjoyable spots in Australia are home to hazardous animals. A routine swim or surfing season in the wrong place can quickly turn into a scene from Jaws, as the great white shark makes its way into the ocean while everyone tries to flee. But one thing is certain, Hollywood has not done these sharks credit. Yes, they are dangerous, and they have resulted in fatalities. When it comes to humans and great white sharks, they are not necessarily man-eaters. There are just 5 fatalities worldwide each year. The naive shark frequently misidentify surfers as sea lions. Don't let sharks prohibit you from enjoying the beach. Just be aware of your surroundings. That's all for today's video. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you will visit Australia one day if you haven't already. Don't be afraid. It appears that people there will know what to do if you have an encounter with one of these animals. Please share your thoughts on these amazing creatures in the comment section. With all that said and done, that's our video for today, travelers. And I'll see you all next time, later, every day.